integers using the chip model. Let's go over a couple examples. So if it says, the question says, subtract 5, or do 5 plus negative 2. Well, if we're going to represent 5, we click on the positive chip, so we're going to put 5 in. And it says we're adding negative 2, so we would put 2 negatives into the problem. So there's 5 represented here, negative 2 here. Now in order to do the sum, we have to add them all together. So what happens when you add a positive 1 to a negative 1? They disappear. So we would add the positive ones to the negative ones, they disappear, and what do we have left? Right, so 5 plus negative 2 is equal to 3. What other type of addition, or what other type of operation using these numbers would give you the same result? We did 5 plus negative 2. What else would give you 3 as an answer? Well, what if we had 5 minus 2? Does that also equal 3? So 5 subtracting 2 positives gives you 3 as well. So subtracting 2 positives is the same as adding 2 negatives. Consider the rules and consider the possibilities here. Alright, let's try a different one. So what if we did negative 7 plus 3? Well, let's start by representing the negative 7, because that's where it says to start with in the question. Alright, and then it says add 3 positives. Fine. When we add integers together, we can combine positive 1 and negative 1 to give us 0. That's a 0 principal. And then what do we have left? Negative 4. So negative 7 plus 3 means we're moving to the right on the number line, 3 spaces, equals negative 4. What other operation would also give you an answer of negative 4 involving these two numbers? Think about it. Let's try some subtraction questions. So if you have negative 4 and you're subtracting 3 negatives, well, let's start 1, 2, 3, there's negative 4, and we're going to subtract 3 negatives. What do we get? Negative 1. So subtracting negatives, it's the same as doing what? Well, what could we do to negative 4 to give us negative 1? What if we had negative 4 plus 3? Would that also give us negative 1? Well, yes it does. Well, that means that subtracting negatives would have to be the same as adding positives. Make sense? Okay, so this is a summary of adding and subtracting integers.